Welcome to the playoffs for this charity event sponsored by Silverback Racing and Slandman Customs. Today will feature the quarterfinals and the semifinals, which will bring us to the last two cars that will make it to the championship. Each of these races at Toon Track Speedway will be a one and done, which will bring us to the championship, which will be hosted next week, which will be a best out of 5. Make sure to subscribe if you have not, so you do not miss it. So let's go take a look at the quarterfinal matchups. The first matchup will feature the Sender Fact 4, which holds the track time record, and he will be going up against the Lamborghini Huracan Super Trofeo. Next match will feature the Dodge Challenger going up against the Chevy Nomad. Then we will have the Lotus Esprit S1 going against the Dodge Challenger Drift Car, followed by the Jaguar XJ220 going up against the 1985 Honda CRX. So let's start the playoffs with BB Wolf and the Huracan Super Trofeo going up against the Senderback 4 driven by Computer MD82. And they're off. And the Senderback 4 gets off to a fast start. He's got a commanding lead over the Super Trofeo. He's got this one in hand and he will move on to the semifinals. The Zender Fact 4 certainly did not disappoint as he takes a commanding victory for the first match of the playoffs as he completely dominates BB Wolf in the Huracan Super Trofeo, and the quarterfinals sees its first victim as the Super Trofeo has now been eliminated. With a 9:10 time, the Sender Fact 4 driven by Computer MD82 will move on to the semifinals. For the second match, we have the Dodge Challenger and the Captain America theme, driven by Big Slim, going up against Ian Parks and the Chevy Nomad. They're at the gate and they're off. The Chevy Nomad has a slight lead, and here comes Captain America making a move. He overtakes the Chevy Nomad and he will grab the win, and he too will move on to the semifinals with a convincing win. Coming down the ramp, you can see they're pretty much head to head, and it's right about here that Chevy Nomad takes the lead, but then the Dodge Challenger has other plans, overtakes the Nomad, goes on the home stretch, and secures the win in a commanding fashion. So with a 9:44 time, Big Slim picks up the victory in his Dodge Challenger, and he will move on to the semifinals. Up next, we got Goose in the Lotus Esprit S1 going up against Boog in a Challenger Drift Car. Rubbing their engines, and they're off. And this is looking really close. The Dodge Challenger's a slight lead, but here comes the Lotus Esprit S1. He grabs the win, and the Lotus is one of those cars that is growing a fast fan base, and many have selected that car to make it all the way to the championship. Will it happen? We won't know, but we will find out soon enough. And just an excellent job by the Lotus Esprit S1 to come from behind, grab the win, and move on to the next round. And Goose is not letting his fan base down. So let's take a look from our chopper cam to see just how this race really went from a bird's eye view. Wait, where's the chopper? Oh, for crying out loud! Is this guy ever where he's supposed to be? This brings us to the last match of the quarterfinals between the Professor in a 1985 Honda CRX and Dopey Racer in a Jaguar XJ220. This should be a good one. And there they go. The Jaguar XJ220 jumps out to a big lead. It should be over, but no! Here comes the CRX! And he does it again! He comes from way behind and blows away the opponent. This is crazy. The CRX is making a habit out of coming from behind and completely obliterating his opponent, and he will sail into the semifinal as clearly one of the favorites, and this should be a great semifinal, folks, and I cannot wait to see how this all goes down. So with a 9:42 time, the 1985 Honda CRX driven by the Professor will move on to the semifinals. Job well done. So the cars are gearing up for the semifinals, but first let us take a look at the matchups, as the first match will feature the Zender Fact 4 going up against the Dodge Challenger, followed by the 1985 Honda CRX going up against the Lotus Esprit S1, and these should be two titanic matches. Who's going to win? We will find out. So the first two cars are ready, with the Dodge Challenger driven by Big Slim going up against Computer MD82 and his Sender Fact 4. Remember folks, these are one and done. They're at the gate, and they're off. Heading into the first bend, the Sender Fact 4 has the lead, and here comes the Dodge Challenger. They're almost neck and neck, but the Sender Fact 4 grabs the slight lead, and he will go to the championship. What a job by Computer MD82, guiding the Sender Fact 4 all the way to the championship. And this hard-fought tournament, and all you can do is just tip your hat at Computer MD82 at the sensational job he has done. So with a respectable 9:37 time, the Sender Fact 4 will move on to the title match, and he will await his opponent between a Lotus Esprit S1 driven by Goose and a 1985 Honda CRX driven by the Professor. This should be a great one, folks. And the winner will move on to the title match, and they're off. And the Lotus jumps out to the early lead, but here comes the CRX. And the Lotus takes back the lead. And the Lotus grabs the victory, eliminating the Honda CRX, which so many had taken to go all the way to the championship. And that will not be the case, as the CRX has been ousted. And the Lotus Esprit S1 will move on to the title match, going up against the Sender Fact 4 in a championship that will be coming next week. And what a match that will be. But wow, what a race this was. Both these cars could have easily made it to the championship, but only the Lotus Esprit will, with a 9:68 time. Not one of the fastest, but good enough to get Goose and the Lotus Esprit S1 to the title match. So here you have it, folks. This will be a best out of 5. This match will be coming in a couple days. So if you have not already, please subscribe so you do not miss this event, and we will see you here soon at Toon Tracks Racing.